So Love, Simon is a movie that came out over the weekend. I drove to the theater to go watch it. So let's talk about it. I honestly wasn't looking forward to this movie, only for the fact that it's a coming-of-age story that we've probably seen plenty of times. But then I remember that some of my favorite coming-of-age stories, such as The Breakfast Club, it's on my all-time favorite movies list, so maybe this movie will do something new. Then I asked myself, okay, so what? The kid's gay. He's trying to find a way for anyone to not know. But then I also remember that Call Me By Your Name, which is another gay movie, came out last year, and it made it on my top 10 best of 2017 list. Needless to say, I wasn't building my expectations too much. And after seeing this movie, I have to admit, this movie was fairly decent. Out of the things I liked the most were the characters and how they spoke with each other. They all felt like genuine high school kids. Each person in the main group was different from one another based on their personalities, yet they all had some type of connection that brought them together as friends. It's as if the director wanted these kids to hang out for a year, and after it passed, decided to shoot the movie once their real-life chemistry was built. It became a little iffy in the beginning when some of the kids spoke in abbreviated terms such as LOL or AF as fuck, and it worried me by putting me in the mindset that they got a bad writer who's trying to connect with modern day kids. Luckily enough, somebody must have noticed and got that guy fired and brought in someone who can actually put down decent lines on paper. Which surprised the hell out of me, considering there are a lot of high school movies where the kids are portrayed very unbelievably through dialogue, and it seemed modern high school movies are beginning to get this right. I really loved Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, which is another high school movie you should check out. You know, Lady Bird just came out last year. That was really good, and this made me want to watch The Edge of 17, considering I've never seen this movie at all. And it's nice to see Love, Simon being added to that list of good high school movies. So go check out this shameless letterbox promotion to see my list that doesn't exist on my page. Please, guys, I need more followers. You can't do this to me. As through most coming-of-age stories, expect it to be formulaic and predictable because that's what this movie basically is. You're able to pinpoint what's going to happen in the next scene and know where the characters are going to end up by the finale of the movie, but that's not what it stops it from being bad. Due to the charm and uniqueness of the characters, makes this whole coming-of-age aspect work. And people go and see these movies because they are relatable to them, the audience, and for it to be based in high school may call back to the memories whose high school days are over, such as myself, or somebody who is experiencing high school at this very moment. The beauty of these types of stories is how realistic and grounded they feel. There's going to be at least one person in the movie, whether it be a side character or a main character, that'll make you think back of someone who you may actually know. Whether that'll be a problem where there are too many characters or takes away any focus on the main character, then it becomes an understandable reason, but for a movie to take you back to the real world and remind you of someone that you know, just whoever it would be, I believe the coming-of-age story has really done its job. However, the whole storyline of the main character Simon having this big secret where nobody else but him knows that he's gay is executed pretty well. Everything right at the very end started to fall apart and I didn't much care for it. I want to talk about why I didn't like the ending in full spoilers, as I will give a spoiler warning which is going to be right here. I'm going to put the timestamp right there so you can avoid any spoilers. Go watch the movie, come back to this video. Here's your warning. I'm going to go into some spoilers now. So how Love, Simon ends is the whole school eventually finds out that Simon is gay because a slimeball kid leaks out all the personal emails that he's been sending to his secret pen pal, who is also gay and goes to the same school. Now this freaks out the pen pal and is like, peace dog, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Now this breaks Simon's heart. His friends are mad because he told them lies so he could hook up one of his friends with that same slimeball guy, and everything just goes downwards for him. He makes the bold move of going to his school's blogging site and write out that he's gay, and it's a triumphant moment for him as people, other than his family, are supporting Simon and his coming out. The way the movie was edited made it seem like it was going to be the end of the movie, once it shows the students are sharing their personal stories about anything really, and how Simon influenced those around them to just be themselves openly. So it's like, cool, like that's how it's going to end. Perfect. Then the movie keeps going, and I was like, oh, all right. More movie, I guess. Then it gets to the final scene at the carnival, and this was when it was revealed who was the pen pal this whole time. This is where the predictability comes into play, because you call it from the very moment this character pops on screen. It was the dude at the Halloween party who got caught making out with a girl by Simon, the one where they flirt way too much to where it's just so obvious it's that guy. They once sent a message at the beginning of the movie where he's all, oh, Halloween Oreos are my favorite. Then the next day at school, sees Simon eating Oreos for lunch and is all, oh, you like Oreos? Halloween ones are my favorite. There are many other clues, but that was the one that stood out to me. But one of the main issues with him getting the pen pal at the end is that it kind of destroys the whole purpose of Simon coming out in the first place. It could have ended where he reveals who he really is at the school blogging page and influences other people around him, but the movie keeps going. He didn't really need to have a love story by the end, but instead learned that others will support him coming out by the end of the movie because that's kind of the whole fucking point. Even the poster says coming out on this date. In that aspect, he already won, but I guess you needed him to get the guy at the end. You needed to have the love story. But other than that one problem in the plot, I really enjoyed the first hour and a half of the movie. It was charming, the characters were cool, and it sends a nice message in not hiding your true self and to take pride in that. Is it anything groundbreaking? No. But it is a good movie, and you should check it out at the matinee price. Go support Love, Simon. And, yeah, that's my thoughts on Love, Simon, and I'll talk to you guys next time. See you later.